Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Chicago White Sox March to October, and this could potentially be the last episode of the regular season. I think I'm going to try to finish up the regular season in this episode. We have 13 games left, so unless it gives us like an opportunity to play in like every other game, we're probably going to finish the season in this episode. So it might be a little bit longer of an episode, I don't know yet. But depending on how much we play, this could be a little bit longer. But I'm not really focused on the total runtime right now. I'm focused on getting the job done and taking this division away from the Indians, who are only maintaining a half of a game of a lead on us. And based on this next key moment, that leads me to believe that the Indians might have like lost their game or something. And if we win, if we manage to beat the A's, we might take that top spot. So there are a couple of things that I want to talk about before I start the game, just little things, but things I found interesting nonetheless. They're kind of things that I mentioned more in passing in the last episode. So the first one being, if you remember, when I loaded into that first game, and all of a sudden, Luis Basabe was playing in left field, and then when I checked and looked into it further, Kopech was in the bullpen. I forgot to go back and look at it, but I have no idea what is happening. I know the rules were changed about September call-ups, but I thought the only thing is they increased the roster size to 26, and then there was no September call-ups. So I don't know if anybody watching knows the rules exactly. Feel free to explain it to me, because I'm very confused. But we got, I guess, 2 September call-ups. We got one on offense and one pitching. We got Luis Basabe, who got the call. Kopech, he got the call too, I guess. And he's pitched one game. He made a relief appearance. Looks like he gave up 3 runs on 2 walks and a hit, and didn't get a single out. So the other thing that I had mentioned in passing is Tim Anderson. He had a double in that last episode, and I said, oh, the reigning doubles leader. And then I went to check on it, and he's no longer the reigning doubles leader. It doesn't matter all that much, but for pretty much this entire season, I'm pretty sure Tim Anderson was leading the league in doubles. But both Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon have passed him up, both from the same team too. So the Angels, those 2 guys are really producing. And then speaking of those 2 guys, the last thing I wanted to talk about, and potentially to me the most shocking, is when I brought Eloy into pinch hit, and I kept referring to him as the MVP. I hadn't really been looking at other people's stats, but you know, I think it's fair to assume that when a guy has 46 home runs and like 120 RBIs with a 334 average and like a 1.045 OPS, you can pretty much assume that if he's not the front runner in the MVP race, he's at least right there. But no, as I was looking at these league leaders, if you go back to batting average, I mean, I know batting average is not the only thing, but if you look at some of these other guys, man, I don't even know if Eloy's in the top 3 when it comes to the MVP race. If you look at JD Martinez, who in effect is pretty much the exact same player as Eloy, big bat, not much speed or fielding, Martinez is smoking him in like every category. He's got 55 home runs with 138 RBI. He even has 13 steals. He's got a 1.141 OPS with a 9.2 wins above replacement, 352 average. And then, of course, you got Mike Trout, too. Go down to him. He's got 2 points less of his batting average, but his wins above replacement's almost at 11. He's probably going to hit 11 by the end of the season. He's got 43 bombs, so that's 3 less than Eloy, but he's also got 9 more RBI, 1.127 OPS. He's also got 14 steals, and he's a really good defender, so I'm assuming the wins above replacement factors in his defense over Eloy. So I don't know, in my opinion, those 2 guys are for sure beating Eloy out in the MVP race. And then when I mentioned I don't even know if Eloy's in the top 3, it's because Rendon is having a crazy season too. He's not putting up quite the same numbers across the board. Like, he's got 20 less home runs, so he's not hitting for as much power. But like, a 372 batting average with a 457 on base? Who does that? This dude's almost getting on base in half of his plate appearances, and he's getting a hit in over a third of his at-bats. Eloy is probably edging him out a little bit, but I don't know. At this point, with how good Martinez and Trout are doing, I don't know if Eloy is the MVP. So I don't know. In an already probably longer than normal episode, I probably shouldn't have spent that much time talking about those things, but I just found those three things interesting. But we got to refocus here. We got a big game against the A's, and we're actually down by 1, but we're going to have a runner on first with 1 out. So hopefully we can get something going quick and erase this deficit.
The White Sox came into this game hot on the heels of the division leader. Heidi, what's this team's key to chasing them down?
Well, as one coach put it very simply, apply relentless pressure. He said, we know if we can just keep putting wins together, we'll eventually break through and take over this division. But we can't let up. We can't let them off the hook. So they know how impactful it could be to come out on top in this close game. Let's see if they can pull it off.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
So I don't know if this game is like do or die. It might be do, but it might not be die if we lose. And I'm just inferring that based on how March to October usually works. Usually when you load into a game with a deficit, if you end up losing, you only get like 1 snowflake towards your negative momentum, but if you win, you get like a ton of momentum. So with still 12 games left after this one, if we lose, I don't think that's the nail in our coffin. We just got to make sure we win after that. But a win here could be really big. And man, with us needing wins, I don't know if I like the fact that Luis Basabe is our leadoff hitter for the day, but I've worked it to a 3-1 count with him, so I'd be perfectly okay if he draws a walk. And he does draw a walk. The 2-seam fastball was left up, so we got 2 runners on now. Go ahead run moves on to first, and he's got some speed, so if we could put a ball in the gap here with good old Danny Mendick, we're going to take the lead. Danny... Oh, he did it. Go, run, get on your horse. Go. Oh, that guy, he might not score. The 40 speed. No, he's going to get in there. All right, Danny Mendick hit the double, but it didn't quite get in the gap. So we didn't take the lead, but we got the run home. We tied the game, and now we have 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. A deep fly gives us the lead here. And Tim Anderson, that's not a deep fly. Oh, he dove, though. We're going to take advantage of that. I don't know what just happened there, why he made such a miraculous dive. I don't think he needed to dive for that one. But the fact that that play was made, don't even worry about that, but that's insane. But the fact that he dove allowed us to get that run home. And we managed to take a 6-5 lead right away. And now we have Eloy up. Oh, and they're intentionally walking Eloy. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Don't want to face him, especially with the base open. Oh, I took it. Yeah, that's on me. That was a pretty good pitch. I thought it was going to be like a 2-seam or something and break in, but we took the lead right away. So now we're in the driver's seat. Well, Ronaldo Lopez is in the game. We know what happened last time I tried to leave him in, but I think I'm going to just hope that he can do something here and tied this game over into the 8th, and then we can bring in Giles as the setup man, and then hopefully things will go smoothly and we can bring in Givens to get the save. But first we have to actually perform here with Lopez, and that's not the best start, but it's an out. Yeah, there's that line drive getting in the gap. Yeah. Come on, Lopez. You can't just like... Alright, screw it. I'll just bring in Giles now then. I guess Lopez... You know, that's why I keep putting him back in the starting rotation, because now we know firsthand that this dude cannot work out of the bullpen in the late innings of a close game. And we get the strikeout right away. 2-seam running away. That was a good pitch. And that one, he can't make the play off the mound, but Mendick's there to back him up. And we get through the 7th without allowing a run. And Moncada hits that one pretty hard, but it's okay contact, so it's not going to go anywhere. Laureano's got pretty good range out there, man. Edwin, though, that one was hit a lot harder. It's at least off the wall. Oh, but it's going to get out. Edwin, that's his 2nd home run of the game. 34th home run of the year. This dude's 37 years old, and he's potentially putting up the best season of his career. Matt Chapman on the first pitch of the at-bat. That ball was smacked. Basabe, though, makes the play. And now Canna down swinging on the slider. This is a really good outing so far by Giles. And a grounder to short. Anderson, recover, buddy. Okay, good. We get out of this one. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 more outs in this game to secure the win. God, I feel like I'm early on everything, and I don't understand because it's on legend difficulty. I play online on Hall of Fame, and I have trouble, but Tim Anderson, that's a perfect opposite field, and it's gone. All right. I was not expecting Tim Anderson to hit a home run on that pitch. It was slightly outside of the zone away, but he just went with it. We got even more insurance now, 3-run lead. And since we have a 3-run lead facing the bottom of the order, Giles only 13 pitches and he's been unhittable. I'm going to leave him in for now, just so we don't have to burn another arm unnecessarily. But if he gets into trouble, I'll go ahead and take him out. And a fly ball out to center. This should be a pretty easy play, and that's the first out. And Sheldon Noisy, one of the better names in baseball, grounding that one out to third for the second out. Only 1 to go. And the pop up to second. Mendick camps under it. And we get out of this game with an 8-5 win in a game that we were losing in. And we got 4 flame balls. 4 flame balls is absolutely gigantic, especially when our flame ball was already pretty big. And like I said the last episode, this team is ready for the playoffs. Now, we scored, 4 runs? Well, I mean, with the CPU, it was 5 runs in the last 3 innings. To come back from behind and take the lead in this one, that is a huge flame ball. We're going to get so many momentum wins here. Or we'll lose 1 to the A's. All right, we're going to play right away again, it looks like, against the Royals. Walk it off to ignite a postseason push. All right.
With their postseason chances hanging in the balance, how huge would it be for this team to win this game right now in dramatic walk-off fashion, guys?
Matt, if they can win this game in any fashion, it is going to give this team a major lift. But if they win it with walk-off dramatics, it would absolutely set this team on fire. This really feels like pennant race baseball at its best.
Alright, well that was literally the exact same intro as the last one, so I might have cut it out. Who knows? Danny Mendick at the plate, Luis Robert on first, Luis Basabe on third. Why is that guy playing so much? I gotta be honest, man, I'm paused here because I gotta take a second to think about what I want to do. We have 92 speed on first with 66 stealing. Do I try to take second to eliminate the double play possibility? I don't know. It's Danny Mendick. I got faith in Danny. He's going to put this ball in the outfield. Oh, that was the pitch, and I was early on it. Oh, he destroyed that ball, too. 101 off the bat. 3-1 count now. Do I suicide squeeze? He's got to come in the strike zone here. No, I still got faith in Danny. Oh, what a pitch. My God. Danny Mendick again. That is going to be deep enough, right? 84 speed on third. The throw is offline. And Danny Mendick once again with a walk-off. That's his 3rd walk-off that I've played with him on this season. 2nd in the last 2 episodes. Both of them in the last 2 episodes were a walk-off sac fly. I don't know who better there is to have up in the bottom of the 9th when you're trying to walk it off than Danny Mendick. This dude is just a machine for driving in that winning run. We get 3 more fireballs. That's going to add to our already gigantic fireball. If we can't catch up to the Indians with that big of a fireball, then what's it all been for, man? What does momentum even matter? I saw as I was loading out that Eloy had 2 more home runs that game, so that gets him even closer to 50. He's probably going to hit 50 by the end of the season with like 9 or 10 more games to go. Come on. Oh my God, another moment here? Another walk-off opportunity? Another win and we're still a half game back? Boys, I don't know what it's going to take. These Indians are just relentless. Alright, I gotta be honest. I know I mentioned that we were going to try and finish up the season in this video unless we had a moment every other game. But with this being our third moment, it's pretty much been a moment every other game. I'm going to call this episode here. I know there wasn't much progress made, but usually when I record these, I try and keep it somewhere between like 30 and 45 minutes. And we're right in that sweet spot. And based on the frequency of moments that are occurring, I have a feeling that we are not as close as I may have thought to the end of the season. So I'm going to save that for the next one. I think the next episode should probably be the last one of the season. But obviously, I don't know yet, because I thought this one might be too. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button for me and subscribe to see the rest of this March to October. The next one, man, it should be the last one, at least of the regular season, not the last one overall, unless something horrible happens, something traumatic happens. It probably won't be the last episode total, but it'll probably, hopefully, be the last one of the regular season. But with that being said, that's all I have for you guys in this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.